Hey everyone, it's Zelenka here and I bought the Apple Watch Ultra 2. I do not do any extreme sports, I do not dive, I do nothing like that, I don't even mountain climb. But I still bought the Apple Watch Ultra 2 and this is why you might consider buying it as well. And why you shouldn't buy the Series 9 and you should go for the Ultra Watch 2. And before you start telling me I'm crazy, I'm not, because these are some pretty important points for me and they might also be important for you. The first thing you notice when you buy the watch and you compare it to the Series 9 is the size. I had my Apple Watch Series 8 and I started to notice that it is just too small. And why? It's not really small when you have a look at the display size, but it is small when you want to type something on it. So if you want to really use the watch for something, which makes sense, like writing messages or actually tapping and doing something on the watch, it gets tiny. And why? Is because it has curved edges. The glass is curved, meaning that you cannot tap on the whole surface because it won't notice that you're tapping on the watch, which has been getting on my nerves because it makes the watch really small. And that's what you don't have on the Ultra, because the Ultra has even raised edges just a slightly bit, so you don't even notice, but the display is not curved, meaning that you can tap wherever you want on the display, which makes it super easy to actually do useful things like answer messages and so on. The other thing is the battery. That's been a major drawback for each Apple Watch I had. I have to charge it every single day. I have to charge it, for example, before I go to the shower, then I come out of the shower and it has enough battery to get through the night. I also have it on my wrist during the night because I wanted to monitor my sleep. So I always had to plan when I need to charge the watch in order to calm through the night. And I don't think you want that as a user. That's why it makes total sense to go for the Ultra watch and not for the normal Series 9. The Series 9 should give you 18 hours of use and 36 hours if you're using the low power mode, whereas the Ultra 2 gives you 36 hours if you're using it normally and 72 if you're using it in low power mode. Another thing is that the watch is brighter. It goes up to 3000 nits, whereas the Series 9 comes to 2000 nits. It's gonna make a huge change in direct sunlight, for example. And you might say, yeah, but the watch is thick and it's heavy. When we're talking about the weight, we're comparing about 30 grams, where the Series 9 starts at, with around 60 grams, where the Ultra Watch 2 is at. And I don't feel the difference. I don't feel like I'm wearing something heavier, really. It's so unnoticeable. You don't feel the weight, you don't feel the width. It just looks like a proper computer on your wrist. Whereas when I look at the Series 8 I have here, it just looks like a toy. I can't even imagine going from the Ultra back to the normal series, because that just makes no sense. Honestly, you finally feel like you have something worth the money on your wrist. Something that can do the tasks for you without you having to take out your phone from your backpack or from your bag or from wherever. And when it comes to material, the Series 9 has aluminum casing, whereas the Ultra 2 has titanium, which makes the watch much more durable. If you're a girl, you might say that the watch is too big for your wrist, but I'm a tiny girl. I have a tiny wrist and it fits my wrist. But if you want to be extra sure, just go to the store and try it out, see it on your hand, and decide for yourself whether that's too big, and it still looks good. One downside it has that you would have to buy another strap, probably, because the straps which come with it are not really elegant. They're mostly sporty, so they might not fit your everyday needs for a neutral watch band, for example. But compared to the Series 9, you get better speakers, you get better microphone, you can use the siren. So whenever you feel like you're threatened by someone, by something, or you're in a bad situation, you can use it and maybe save yourself, who knows. Another thing is the action button. I wanted to turn on the flashlight since forever with a button, because I found myself in a dark place, I needed a flashlight, and then I had to swipe. It wasn't even recognizing my swipes because it's a small display, and it took me forever to turn on the flashlight. And now I can just assign it to the action button, I can just click and it turns on the flashlight. I don't want to talk for too long, I just wanted to make my points. So if you're someone who does not do extreme sports, but you want a bigger battery, you want a brighter display, you want want a bigger display so that it lets you do more things and actually becomes usable, then I think that you should consider getting the Ultra. Because many times people are asking, yeah, why do you need a smartwatch? Like, what are you doing on the smartwatch? But if you have a big enough display, you can do anything. You can answer calls, you can answer messages, you can actually use apps which are designed for the Apple Watch without having to struggle with where you clicked. So it actually becomes usable when you have a flat display and when the display is larger. So I hope I could help you out with this video and that you actually will consider buying the Ultra version. I don't know. I will say that the Series 9 is not worth the money. And if you've never had an Apple Watch, then you might be thinking, why did I actually buy this thing? Because it is very difficult to get used to. It is very difficult to actually do usable task on the watch, whereas it is very easy and straightforward on the Ultra. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you think my content is meaningful, please give me a subscribe, a like, and write down in your comments below what you think about the Ultra 2. Thank you for watching, thank you for your attention, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye!